Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Meal Prep episode number 2. So, if you did not see my last videos, I've decided to compete in the FTM bodybuilding competition in October. I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of what I do for meal prep, kind of what I'm doing to prep for the competition right now. I am sort of lean bulking, or at least not trying to lose any weight. So this isn't a cutting contest prep, this is more of like a bulking contest prep. Not too much different in the meal prep because this is just my lunches that I take to work with me. But I just want to show you a little bit of how I go about meal prepping. So first we got all the protein that I'm going to be eating with my lunches. A lot of people ask me if I get tired of eating the same thing over and over again, and the answer to that is yes. Especially when it comes to eating lean meats for contest prep. I'm a little bit more careful of my fat intake these days. So yes, I do get tired of eating chicken over and over again, but goals, you know? You gotta do what you gotta do. And chicken is the easiest and the leanest. Besides maybe some fish, but fish doesn't reheat well, so I try to just stick to turkey and chicken. I got all my vegetables right here that I'm going to be using. Pretty simple. You can use pretty much any vegetables you want. Right now I'm going to be cutting these up and roasting them. When I start to cut, I might steam more of the vegetables just so I can control the fat intake a little bit more, or be able to calculate how much oil that I'm putting into it. I don't pay as much attention to it right now, but when I get closer to my final goal in October, I will probably start doing that. When I put together my meals, I always think of protein first. I think, okay, here's my protein, and I'm gonna stick a vegetable and a starch with it. So I'm gonna be doing chicken, got my vegetables, and then my starch, which I already put in the oven. I got some sweet potatoes, and I put those in already because they take at least an hour. And sometimes I finish my meal prep before the potatoes done, and then I just have to wait around for those to be done so I can finish it up. So yeah, I've got my containers right here as well. It's always good to have everything ready. That way you can just knock it out and get it done as fast as you can. This is what you would call basically a mise en place. It's a culinary term meaning to put in place. Here is my mise en place for meal prep. Mise en place. Yeah. I have a few culinary tattoos. So I've got this pig. Everyone always asks me what this means, and the simple answer to that is absolutely nothing. It just means that I really like pork, and I like cooking pork. Usually if I'm cooking food for someone, you might notice that if it's like a special occasion, I always choose pork because it pretty much goes with everything. There's so many different combinations you can create, and it's fatty and it tastes delicious. So that is what that is about. That one, and then I've got my equality tattoo. Everyone always asks what this one means, and it's really just an equality symbol with 2 chef knives. So I need to get that touched up, but there's that. Yeah, that's all my culinary tattoos. Now I'm gonna actually get started on meal prep. Alright, for the chicken, I'm just gonna do a little bit of olive oil. Spread that on there till it's nice and coated. And we got our salt. Just gonna season that up really well. For those of you that are concerned about my blood pressure and how much salt that I put on my food, I promise you that properly seasoning your food does not give you high blood pressure. An inactive lifestyle in McDonald's gives you high blood pressure. So this week I'm just going to do a mix of spices. So I'm doing curry powder, and then I'm doing this Arizona Dreaming Spice, which is basically just a mix. It's like a Mexican blend, or you know, Arizona. So one thing about chicken is if you do get tired of it, the best way to kind of battle that a little bit is to switch up the spices so that you're not getting the same flavor every day at least. Alright, so these are all seasoned up and ready to go in the oven. I'm just gonna put them in the oven at 375. For 20 minutes. Alright, so while my sweet potatoes and my chicken are cooking, I'm going to just cut up all of these vegetables and prep them out and get them ready to go in the oven. And then I'm pretty much gonna be done. Pretty simple and quick. So I'm gonna get started on that. So as soon as I have my vegetables nice and prepped up, I usually just do some salt, pepper, and some olive oil on all of them. It is the same because I like to keep it simple so I can just be done and have it quick. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Alright, so my chicken and my squash are done. I've got all these vegetables that I prepped that are lined up to go into the oven. So I'm just going to keep that rotation going until they're all cooked off. Alright, so now all our vegetables are cooked, chicken's done, sweet potatoes are done, and I am going to weigh out my food on my scale and just make it so that I know exactly how much is in each meal, so that when I track it during the week, I don't have to like think about it. I just know what's in it, easy to track, done deal. So I'm gonna show you how I do that. Alright, so I like to put at least about 6 ounces of chicken. So I'm just gonna chop this up into bite-sized pieces so that when I'm at work, I don't have to like try and break it apart, just make it easier for myself. So that is 6.1 ounces, good enough. So I'm just going to tear that out. And then for the sweet potato, I usually like to put about 150 to 160 grams in there. So I'm just gonna peel off this skin. It's cooked, but I keep it pretty plain. Let's see. So that is 156 grams, so I'm calling it good there. I'm just gonna put a little bit of salt on there. I'm gonna put some Brussels sprouts in this one. I'm gonna tear it out again. I'm gonna put about 100 to 120 grams of Brussels sprouts in this one. Alright. So that's basically what each meal is gonna look like after I'm done. Protein, starch, vegetable, and I'm gonna finish up the rest of these meals. Alright, so here's the finished product. All prepped and ready to go. So now you just have to reheat it, and it's ready to eat. Sweet. Alright, so that wraps up this meal prep episode. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them below. I probably won't have another meal prep video out for a bit, but I will do my best. If you actually enjoy these, or if you find them helpful, I will try to put them out more. They just take a little bit more effort than the rest of the videos. So make sure to follow me along on my journey to the stage. I am competing in the FTM bodybuilding competition in Atlanta, Georgia in October. I've said that like a million times already, but if you haven't heard it yet, then there it is. And yeah, I'll be putting out some more videos. I will be cutting in about 2 weeks, so stay tuned for that. And I'll make sure to keep doing physique updates, all sorts of emotional updates. And follow me on Instagram if you don't already, and Snapchat. I also post a little bit of extra stuff on there that I don't always post up to YouTube. So yeah, I will see you next time, guys. Peace out.